Hi, welcome. Today we are going to be working on some IT band stuff. There will also be a little bit of twisting and eventually working our way up towards a pose called Parivrtta Hasta Padangusthasana. For props, if you want a blanket or a towel, will be on the knees a little bit. If you have any sensitivity, you can always pad up like that. Or if you're tight on your hamstrings, yoga blocks or something that look like yoga blocks for underneath your hands. Let's go ahead and get started on the back, just lying down. Take your feet so that they're about hips distance. Extend the arms. And just for a few moments, close your eyes and get settled into this space. Take some deeper breaths in and out of the nose. Feel a sense of grounding, a sense of arrival here on your mat, wherever you are today, knowing that it's exactly where you need to be. Let's start by pulling the right knee into the chest and extending the right leg straight up to the sky. Interlace the hands behind the right hamstring. And if this is too much for you with the left leg extended long on the ground, you can always bend the left knee and put the foot on the ground like so. But if it feels okay to have it extended, great. Maybe you get a little bit more stretch that way. And if you need even more, maybe you slide the hands up towards the calf and kind of pull it back towards you. Doesn't have to be anything too intense. We're just breathing into the back of the right leg, getting the hamstring to open up. One more breath. And one more breath out. And then slide your right thumb to your right hip crease and push the hip crease forward as you start to bring your right leg over to the left. Now it's just a tiny little crossover to the left, nothing too big. Keep kind of pushing with your left hand, the leg to the right, but resist it by trying to move your right leg to the left. And then don't forget about the right thumb into the hip crease, roll it down and forward, and start to take a few breaths into the side of your right leg. One more here. And then let the right leg fall all the way over to the left. Bend your left knee to meet it and prop yourself up so that you're kind of laying on the left side of the body with your head in your hand. You're just kind of hanging out here. And then just extend your top leg straight forward and flex the foot and lift the leg up off the ground, up off your bottom leg. And then take your right hand to the right bum and roll the bum forward slightly so you're not tempted to lean back. And then take little pulses with this leg to the sky, pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then re-bend the knee, leave the knees there as you open back up to a twist towards the right. Right arm can extend, maybe you heavy the outer right thigh down with your left hand. Heavy the right shoulder into the ground and twist from the rib cage. Can you take a few deeper breaths here? Just inviting this twist into your body. And then on your next breath in, come back up to center. And switch sides. Right leg will extend long. Reach your left heel up to the sky, straighten the leg, and interlace the hands behind your left hamstring. Decide if you need that right knee bent. Decide if you want to slide the hands up a little bit more for a deeper stretch. Anything is fine here, as long as you're feeling the stretch in the back of your left leg. Not here long. Still breathing. One more here. One more out. Slide your left thumb to the left hip crease. Roll it down and forward. And then bring your left leg over to the right, but resist it by pressing the right hand to the left. So the leg is active, there's a little resistance there. Still rolling the hip crease down, still flexing the foot. Take a few breaths into the side of your left leg. Maybe notice a little difference between this side and the right side. One last breath. And then let the leg drop all the way to the right. Bend your knees, let the knees come in towards the chest, and you're propping yourself up on the right side of the body. Extend your left leg forward, flex the foot, lift the foot up off the leg, and take your left hand to the bum, rolling it forward. Little pulses to the sky. Go for 10. I'm gonna hit my plants. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rebend the knee, leave the knees there. Open up to a twist to the left. Reach your left arm back behind you. Again, maybe the right hand kind of heavies the outer left thigh down. You might need to shimmy the right shoulder to the right to get that left shoulder to plant. And regardless of whether or not it's on the ground, feel it heavy, feel it soften as much as you can. And again, just inviting this twist into your body. One more breath. One more breath out. As you inhale, come back up to center. Bring your knees in towards your chest. You can grab your hamstrings and start to rock up and down the length of the spine just a few times. Massaging your lower back, your upper back, your mid back, really round and roll. And eventually when you come up, you're gonna balance on your sit bones in Navasana boat pose. You can definitely have your hands by your hamstrings for a little support to keep the chest lifted, or maybe you reach your arms out in front of you. Either way, light up the core here. Snap the navel to the spine. Squeeze the legs together, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then feet down on 1. Take your hands behind you, straighten your legs out for a moment so that you can take your right ankle on top of the left thigh, and then lean back to bend your left knee and put your left foot on the ground. Seated figure 4. Now, the closer that your left bum and left heel are, the tighter and more intense the stretch might be. So if you need a little bit more space, then just separate the heel and the bum. But really what you're working on here is to press the chest forward, really lift the chest up as you press the right knee forward, flex the right toes, and breathe into this right side. Taking 2 more big breaths. And listen, lots of lefts and rights today, so just stay with me. You're gonna take your left hand to the outside of the right foot. So reach around and grab for the outer right foot. And then as the left leg re-straightens to the ground, you'll kick the right leg forward, and that's gonna bring you into a twist towards the right. Lean forward a little bit, kick forward, so that you're on the very tippy part of the sit bones, and maybe the right hand becomes lighter on the ground. You might even be able to lift it up, straightening the arm back, and maybe you twist the rib cage so that the gaze might come towards that right hand. You're kicking forward and reaching back equally. You're just here for 1 more breath. Sit up nice and tall and straight. And then reach your right arm up and over your head. Cross and place your right ankle on top of your left ankle so the legs are crisscross. And take a crisscross forward fold. Grab the sides of the feet or the ankles or lay your hands down, but just fold down. And then you'll get a little bit more out of this if you plug the right hip back as you fold. Deep breaths here. 1 more. And then come back up. Just separate the ankles. Take your hands behind you. Left ankle comes to the right thigh. Bend your right knee. Put your right foot on the ground. Decide how close you want the right bum and the right heel to be. Whatever is going to work for you today. Pull the chest up. If you look up, roll the shoulders back, using your hands behind you, fingertips facing back to kind of press the chest up more. And then press your left knee forward a little bit more so that you feel the stretch. Seated figure 4. One more breath here. And then you'll take your right hand, reach it around, grab the outer left foot, re-extend your right leg to the ground, and kick forward to bring you into a twist towards the left. Find the tippy part of the sit bone, so kick forward a little bit. You're almost kind of leaning forward. So the left hand is lighter, float it up off the ground, and find the balance. You're kicking forward, you're reaching back, you're twisting from the ribs. Maybe the gaze comes back towards your left thumb. Just here for 3, 2, and then reach your left arm up and over your head, cross the left ankle on top of the right ankle, flex the feet, crisscross forward fold. Again, hands can be anywhere, but plug the left hip back as you fold. And then hopefully you feel the stretch on the outside of the left leg. Little tuck of the chin to the chest. One more breath. And then roll it back up. You can cross the ankles to plant the palms and come into a tabletop, hands and knees. If you want a blanket underneath your knees for a little bit of padding, you're welcome to put that there. And then in your tabletop, maybe taking some cat-cows, just a few cat-cows on your own time to open up the spine. You can also find a little bit more free-form movement, maybe rolling the head and the hips out. Or even flipping your fingertips back to face the knees for a little bit of wrist stretch as you continue your cat-cow movements. And then when you feel ready, turn your fingertips back forward if they're not there already. Tuck your toes and find down dog as you lift your hips up and back to the sky. Finding a little movement here, pedal it out, bend the knees. Anything that feels good for you. Find some stillness. And from down dog, lift your right leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, open up the hip, but keep the legs straight. So the right toes turn towards the right. Lift the outer right thigh higher to lift the leg. And then inhale, drop the toes back down, back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot all the way through towards the right thumb and lower your left knee down to the ground. Inhale, arms up to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Breathing here for a moment. Let the hips melt forward. Plug the right hip back. And then interlace all 10 fingers up and over your head and pull the interlaced hands up. So you're lengthening the side body, like you're pulling the side body out of your hips. And then exhale to the right side stretch. And can you feel the stretch all the way from the left hip, maybe even a little bit down that left side of the leg, and then all up the side of the body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands down, half Hanuman, half splits. Straighten your right leg, flex your right toes. You might need to move the right heel forward a little bit so the bum stays lifted. And then you're digging the right heel down and try to pull it back to pull the right hip back as you reach the chest forward. So keep it forward today and breathe into the back of your right leg. And then keep the legs, just walk both of your hands far out to the right on the outside of the right leg. And then same. Keep digging the heel down and back, plugging the right hip back, twisting half splits, twisted half Hanuman. Just one more breath like this. One more breath out. Inhale, come back to center. Rebend your right knee. And tuck your left toes and lift your left knee up off the ground. Left hand stays down, right arm up to the sky, simple twist. So feeling the twist, really reaching your right arm up. And then option to stay just like this, or maybe you straighten your right leg, coming into a really intense IT band stretch. So feel that outer right leg, keep pulling the right hip back, keep reaching the right arm high. One more breath. Let's take the right hand down and forward to rebend the right knee. Gaze and chest go forward. And then plant the palms and take your right leg back to three-legged dog. Right leg goes up to the sky. Exhale, right knee taps your left elbow. Take a little twist under the body. Inhale, right leg back up. Exhale, tap your left elbow. Inhale, right leg up. This time, step your right foot to your left thumb, crisscross low lunge. So bend into your right knee, gaze forward. You can even kind of see that the feet are in one line here. And then just start to straighten your right leg, crisscross modified pyramid. Pull the right hip back, squeeze the inner thighs together. Straightening this front leg as best you can, and notice that the left heel is still lifted. And then we'll find just a little movement with the breath. So inhale, bend your right knee to crisscross low lunge. Exhale, straighten the leg, fold crisscross pyramid. Again, inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten, pull the hip back. This time, inhale, bend the knee. As you exhale, step the left foot behind your right foot. So the pinky toes work to touch. The right leg, the right shin is on top. It's in front of the left. And then fold here. Crisscross, forward fold. Compact the outer hips, squeeze the inner thighs together. And it's almost like you're trying to pull the ankles apart. And that's going to stabilize your legs. Inhale, stand to rise. So plant the feet down, reach all the way up to stand, interlace your hands at the top, and then pull the fist up and over to the right. So same as we did before, really feel that stretch all along the left side of the body, maybe even taking your left hip slightly more to the left. Inhale, as you come back to center, separate the palms and float your right knee up to your chest. Right knee is in line with the right hip, one-legged Tadasana. Feel the balance, take one breath here. Exhale, figure four chair. Cross that right ankle on top of your left thigh, hands to heart center, and then lean forward and down. So really bending into that left knee, drop the bum, and heavy your right knee towards the ground. Just here for one more breath. Stay for your breath out. Inhale, slowly come back up to stand. Arms up, right knee pulls back up. Exhale, step all the way back to low lunge. Right toes land tucked at the back of the mat. Bend your left knee. This time, left arm up to the sky, twisting opposite side. You'll come into horizon lunge now. So turn all 10 toes to the left. Drop the outer right hip towards the ground as you reach your left arm back. So feel that stretch on the outer right leg for 3, 2. On 1, reach your left arm up and over your head to plant the palm. Step back to plank. Take one breath in and plank to shift forward. Use your knees or not, come all the way down to your belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, just lower down. Let's do that again. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Last one, inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes. Through a plank or tabletop, make your way back to downward facing dog. One breath in. And one breath out. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, open the hip, turn your left toes to the left, and lift the outer left thigh a little higher. Inhale, square the hips, come back to three-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot all the way through towards the left thumb and lower your right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, arms up, pause and breathe. Relax the shoulders, kind of pull the left hip back so the inner thighs are still squeezing. And then interlace all 10 fingers at the top, pull the fingertips up, lengthen your side bodies, really reach up. Maybe it's a slight back bend. One more breath like this. On your exhale, side bend to the left. All the right side of the body is getting a big opening. Lean into it. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, half splits, hands down. Straighten your left leg. Maybe pop that foot a little bit forward. Flex the left toes back towards your face. And then again, really activate the leg. So dig the heel down and back. Little bend to the left knee. Lift the sit bones, lift the heart. Keep trying to square your hips. Left hip back, right hip forward. One more breath here. And then walk your hands to the outside of your left leg. Twisting, half hanuman. Same. Really go for it. Drag the foot back. Plug the left hip back. Try to keep the chest lifted. Breathe. Inhale as you come back to center. Rebend your left knee. Tuck your right toes. Lift the right knee up. So you're in a low lunge. And then twist it. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Stay here to kind of feel that twist. Reaching the left arm up. And then start to straighten your left leg any amount. Just an option. Know that it's going to be a little tight. Say hello to your IT band and breathe. Here for 3, 2. On 1, let the left arm go forward and down to plant the palms. Step it back to 3-legged dog. Left leg swings up to the sky. Exhale, left knee taps your right elbow, find a twist. Inhale again, left leg up. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot to your right thumb, crisscross low lunge. So the left foot's on the right side of the mat, bend your left knee, open the chest. Exhale, crisscross pyramid, straighten the left leg. Now you can kind of check to see that the feet are in line. Keep pulling the left hip back, fold and hang the head. Let it go, breathing here. And then we'll find a little movement with the breath. Inhale, bend your left knee, crisscross lunge. Exhale, straighten the leg, pull the hip back. Again, inhale, the knee bends, open the chest. Exhale, straighten the leg, pull the hip back. Inhale, bend the knee, look forward. This time, step the right foot behind the left foot. Pinky toes touch, crisscross forward fold. The left shin should be on top of the right. Find that kind of pulling apart with the ankles, squeezing of the outer hips, inner thighs. And then really plant those feet down. Maybe even slightly grip through the toes as you start to round up to stand. Interlace all 10 fingers at the top. Exhale to the left this time, side stretch. Really lean into it. Press the right hip to the right. As you come up to center, separate the palms, right knee up, one-legged mountain, one-legged Tadasana. Just to find the balance for 1 breath. And then exhale, figure 4 chair. Cross the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Hands to heart. Get low for today. So look down, almost like you're bringing your chest parallel with the mat. Drop the bum, heavy that left knee, and breathe into the stretch. Here for 3, for 2. On 1, come up, arms up, float your left knee back up. Exhale, step it all the way back to low lunge. Plant the palms, framing your right foot. Inhale, right arm up to the sky for a twist. Exhale, horizon lunge. All toes face right. Drop the outer left hip as you reach the right arm back. Hold for 3, 2. Right arm goes up and over the head. Plant the palm. Step it back to plank. Take 1 breath in plank. Use your knees or not. Come all the way down to your belly with control. Inhale, just 1 baby cobra this time. Exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. This is where you can move the blanket, the padding underneath you. If you have it there, just move it to the side. Clear your mat. Inhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Exhale, lightly travel to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, stand to rise as you reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do 1 Surya A. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, dive and fold. Inhale to a flat back. Pull the chest forward. Exhale, Vinyasa. You might step or shoot back. You can stick with baby cobra from the belly or find Chaturanga to upward facing dog, meeting in downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Now you're always welcome to pause it here if you want and take a few more Surya A's, but just for timing, we're going to move on. But feel free to take as many Surya A's, as many flows as you want, changing it up every time if you need to. You choose, but let's find down dog eventually after you're done flowing. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale like you did before, tap your left elbow. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, tap your left elbow. This time, three-legged dog, right leg up. Exhale, fall in triangle, kick your right leg over towards the left. Drop the back heel, reach your left arm up, fall in triangle. Just here for 3. Can you lift your hips a little higher for 2? And then on 1, just drop your left hand down. Lift your back heel up and squeeze your inner thighs together. Pull the right hip back and slightly heavy it down as you feel the outer right leg get a stretch. For 3, 2. Right leg swings up and back to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand and drop your back knee down. Lizard lunge. Now you can stay here with the palms on the ground, or maybe you come down to your forearms. You can always lift the back knee up, even if you're down to the forearms. So pick something that works for you today, but do let the hips melt forward. Breathe into it. Not here for much longer. One more breath. And then if you're on your forearms, just make sure you come back up onto the palms. If the back knee is down, lift it up. Step it back to plank. You can find a vinyasa or you can skip it. We all meet in downward facing dog. Other side, left leg up, three-legged. Exhale, left knee taps your right elbow, twist. Inhale again, left leg up. Exhale, tap your right elbow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, fall in triangle. Kick your left leg out to the right arm up, hips high. Fall in triangle. Stay with it for 3. Lift a little higher for 2. On 1, right hand down. Square your hips. So pull that left hip back. Right heels up. Maybe shifting forward slightly, but lowering the hip down. You're here. 3, 2. Gonna move my blanket. Left leg back up to the sky. Three-legged dog. Exhale, lizard. Step the left foot nice and wide. Lower the right knee down. And then decide if you want to stay on your hands or you can come down to your forearms. Either way, there's a little tuck of the chin to the chest. The hips are melting forward. Just breathe into it. Allow them to open as best they can right now. And then plant your palms if you're down to your forearms. Lift the back knee if it's up. Step back to plank. Decide again if you want that vinyasa. You can always put one here. We meet in downward facing. 1 full breath. 1 full breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Exhale, lightly travel to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, reach your arms high, palms connect. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, separate your feet about hips distance. And let's just take a quick little chair pose. So reach your arms up to the sky, breath in. Exhale, Utkatasana chair. So let the weight go back into the heels. Squeeze the inner thighs together, but keep lifting your arms up. Just here for 3. For 2. On 1, straighten the legs and start to bring your left heel into the bum. Reach back with this left hand to grab the foot. Option to take the right hand back as well and grab for the other side of the foot. So you're in this kind of standing quad stretch. Knees together, pubic bone to belly button. Roll the shoulders back and just breathe here. Now keep your hands to your foot and really try to keep the left heel to the bum as you start to lean forward. Kick the knee back, lean forward so the chest comes almost parallel with the mat, and then airplane. Let the foot go, fly the arms back just as a transition, extending the left heel for 3, 2, bend your right knee, warrior 1. Land that left foot down, arms up to the sky. Now set this warrior 1, so the left toes are a little bit of an angle. Pull the right hip back, bend into your right knee. And then really start to stamp through the outer edge of that left foot so strong, maybe even lighting up the side of the left leg. One more breath here. One more breath out. Inhale, just straighten your right leg. Really pull that hip back. Reach the chest up, little back bend, and then go slow as you start to tilt forward. Drive through that left heel. Reach the arms forward, keep cutting the right hip back, cut it back, cut it back. Eventually the hands come down to frame either side of the right foot. Let the head hang, traditional pyramid pose. It's all the same stuff. You're still planting through the outer left foot, cutting the right hip back, inner thighs squeeze together as you fold the head down. One more breath. One more breath out. Come more to a flat back, so pull the chest forward. Keep your left hand on the ground, or at least come onto the left fingertips. You can always put a block underneath your hand if you want it. Start to twist to the right and reach the right arm up to the sky. All the same stuff. Pull the right hip back, squeeze the inner thighs, root down through the outer left leg. You're just here in this twisting Trikonasana for 3, 2. As the right hand comes back down, I'm just gonna move back so I don't hit that bar. Rebend your right knee and step the left foot behind the right foot. Come back to a crisscross forward fold at the top of the mat or wherever you landed. Right shins on top. Take your left hand underneath your face. Pop up onto the left fingertips, or you're on a block. Start to reach your right arm up to the sky. Squeeze the legs together, just here for 3, 2, on when the right hand comes down. Stand it up, roll up. This time, arms up, float your right knee straight up towards your chest. One-legged Tadasana. One breath in. Exhale, figure 4 chair. Cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh and get low. Now you're getting low right now, specifically for today, so you're bringing your hands closer to this right leg. Take your left hand to the outside of the right foot like you did when you were seated. Take your right hand to your right hip and start to come up with this leg. And then you can stay here as you twist to the right, maybe reaching your right arm back. Or like you also did when you were seated, maybe coming into full Parivrtta Hasta Padangusthasana by extending the right leg forward. The right leg does not have to straighten. Can you keep the shoulders over the hips? Plug the right hip back. You're here for 3, 2. Bend the knee, let the foot go. Drop the right foot to the ground. Reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, chair pose. Feet can be together or separated. Just here to neutralize the hips. One more breath. One more breath out. As you inhale, come back up to stand. I'm just gonna come back to the top of my mat. Rock the weight into your left leg, curl the right heel to the bum. Reach the right hand back, grab for the outer foot. Option to take the left hand back as well. Standing quad stretch. The knees are trying to stay in one line. Pull and lift the pubic bone up to the belly button and you'll feel a deeper quad stretch. Last breath. Start to tilt it forward. Go slow. Try to keep the right heel to the bum. Once the chest comes parallel, fly it back. Extend your right leg, reach the arms back, airplane, just as a transition for 3, 2, warrior 1. Softly with control, land and plant that outer right foot down. Really plug the left hip back, and breathe into your warrior 1. One more breath. Can you feel the outer right leg so strong and active? Don't lose it. As you straighten your left leg, really pull that left hip back. Heart up, chest up, breath in. Slowly start to fold. So you're folding from that right heel driving. Keep actively pulling the left hip back all the way down until you find your pyramid. Hands down, head relaxes. Just breathe. You know what to do. All the same stuff. Find your checklist. Outer right foot, left hip back, inner thigh squeezing as you fold and hang the head. And then start to find a little bit more of a flat back, so pull the chest forward. Maybe pop up onto your right fingertips, or always you can put a block there. Twist it out. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Pull the left hip back. Inner thigh squeezing. Can you root down for that outer right foot? Try to keep it down. Keep reaching the left arm up for 3, 2. As the left hand comes down, rebend your left knee. I'm just gonna step back again so I don't kick my amp. And then step your right foot behind your left foot. Crisscross forward fold, left leg's on top. Breathe for a moment as you set the legs. And then the right hand comes underneath the face this time. Twist to the left. Left arm pulls up. It's a little bit of a balancing act here. Not here long. Keep squeezing the inner thighs. 3, 2. Let it fold on 1. As you inhale, plant down through the feet, arms up to the sky. Once you're up there, left knee floats up towards your chest. One-legged Tadasana, 1 breath in. Exhale, figure 4 chair. Cross the ankle, hands to heart, sink it down. Remember, you're getting lower, bringing your hands closer to the left foot so that you can take your right hand to the outside of the left foot, left hand to left hip. Slowly come up with the foot, find your twist, and extend your left arm back. You can totally stay here. You can definitely stay, the left knee does not have to straighten at all. I'd rather see you lifted than folded forward, right? So try to stay as lifted, shoulders over hips, maybe the legs straighten. So you're just here for another 3, 2, let the foot go. Chair pose on 1, go right into it. Big breath in, bend the knees. Exhale, fold, let it all go. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant the palms. You might be a little crooked, so just step back to plank. Last chance for vinyasa if you want it. Flow it out. We meet in down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, let's take right leg up to the sky, 3-legged. Exhale, single pigeon. Drop the right knee to the outside of the right wrist. Walk that left foot back. Lift the chest up so you can kind of set the hips. If you need a blanket or a pillow or a block or something underneath your right thumb for a little bit of support, highly recommend taking that. You can always stay lifted, or maybe you sleep your pigeon walking down. You can drop down to the forearms, you can stack the palms, you can rest all the way down. Few breaths here in this single pigeon. Really listening to the sound of your own breath as your face faces towards the ground. Where else can you soften here? Stay for 1 more breath. And then slowly start to walk the hands back up, tuck your left toes. Just step it back to down dog, maybe shake it out. If you need a 3-legged dog or an open hip, you can always take that. And then come into the left side when you're ready. Left leg up, three-legged. Left knee goes wide. Wiggle that right foot back, extend it long. Take a moment to feel out this side. Decide if you need something to prop up the left thumb. Take it if you need it. Find your pigeon. What's gonna work for you today? Coming down as much as you need to, softening down. And I always like to be reminded here in pigeon that the more resistance we bring into the pose, the more resistance we get back. So it is a tight pose, it is a pretty intense pose for some of us. So really trying to soften as much as you can, knowing that the more that you're gripping and holding and tightening and holding a lot of tension, the harder it will be. So try to let go here just for a few more breaths. And then you can come back up, tuck your right toes, down dog or any other release that you need. Again, three-legged dog, shake it out, release it, however you need to. And then when you're ready, drop your knees down. Swing your hips to one side so you can extend your legs out long in front of you. And come all the way onto your back, keeping your knees bent, your knees bent and your feet on the floor. Setting up for a bridge pose. Make sure you can kind of feel the heels with your fingertips and then lift the hips up. You can stay with your hands pressing down, maybe grab for the outer edges of your mat or interlace the hands behind your back as you tuck your shoulders underneath you a few times. Lift the chest to the chin, the pubic bone to the sky, and breathe into this back bend. Everything that's touching the ground, can you press it down a little bit more so you can lift everything up away from the ground? Breathing for 3, for 2, and then slowly come down on 1 under the clasp of your hands. Just pause in stillness. No need to move here. Feeling the connection of your back against the ground. Take some deeper breaths. Then cross your right thigh over your left thigh, just like a simple cross, no need to double wrap. Lift your hips up and push them to the right side of the mat as you let your knees drop to the left. So it's an eagle leg twist. You can heavy the outer right thigh down with this left hand, cactus or tee out your right arm as you twist the body to the right. Breathe here. We already did a lot of twisting, so this might feel open, it might feel tight. Just breathe into wherever you are. We're not here long, just one more breath. As you come back up to center, keep the legs wrapped, but make sure that your hips find the center of the mat. So the right thigh is still over the left thigh. Bring your knees in towards your chest, and then separate your feet so you're pulling the feet out towards the sides. Take your hands, reach down underneath so you can grab for the underside of the heels, and then you're pulling the feet up so they're in line with the knees, and then pulling the shape into you as much as you can to feel the stretch. Gomukhasana, Supta Gomukhasana. Keep kind of rolling your right hip down and forward, pulling the feet up and back towards you. 3, 2, let go on 1, unwind the legs. If you have to straighten them up to the sky for a moment, maybe roll the ankles out or shake the legs around, go for it. And then the left thigh will cross over the right thigh. Pick up your hips, scooch them to the left, and let your knees drop to the right. Right hand can heavy the outer left thigh down as you cactus or tee out your left arm and twist to the left. Feel that the spine is wringing out. Hopefully you feel a little bit more open than those twists that you took at the beginning of class. So just kind of noticing how you feel at this moment. One more breath. And then as you come back up to center, make sure your hips are center. Lift your feet up as you pull the knees into the chest. Pull the feet wide, grab for those heels. And then again, you're lifting the feet up so the ankles are in line with the knees. They're not kind of down here, they're up. And then pull them slightly back towards you. And that's gonna bring the knees closer in towards your chest. Flex the feet, pull the left hip down and forward. And breathe into this side. This is another one that's tight for some of us, so give yourself a little bit more breath. Take space if you need it. One more. And then again, let it go, reach the legs up, straighten them out, shake them out, roll the ankles out. And then grab a hold of the hamstrings so you can rock up to a seat. Extend your legs long, flex the feet back towards your face. Maybe move the bum flesh out from underneath your seat. Reaching the arms high, sit up nice and tall and straight. Paschimottanasana, forward fold, up and over those straight legs. You can grab the feet and kind of pull the chest down and forward. You can passively lay down here, kind of letting the arms relax down by the sides. Whatever feels good for you. We won't be here for very long. Now that you don't have any crossed ankles or anything, feel like you're kind of pulling the legs back into the hip bones, lifting the sit bones up, and that's going to tilt you forward a little bit more to fold down. Chin is tucked to the chest, shoulders are rounding, just a few more breaths. And then when you are ready, slowly come back up to a seat. Take any water or anything that you need. You can separate the feet and come all the way back down to your back in your final resting pose for Shavasana. I will leave you there in Shavasana. Please take Shavasana. Maybe it's a Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide, anything that feels good for you. Try to give yourself at least 3 to 5 minutes in stillness and silence. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Hope to see you soon. Namaste.